What's happening, YouTube? It's Simon466 Cards, and today I'm going to walk you through how I use analysis and data to guide my buy and sell decisions of basketball cards. And I'm going to walk you through what I'm sharing on the screen here, my two Jayson Tatum Green Prizm rookie cards from 2017. So let's take a step back. This started, or I started wanting to buy Jayson Tatum cards during the playoffs of 2022. The way he just dominated the Brooklyn Nets and went all the way to the finals, I said I could tell that this was a superstar in the making. So I actually thought he was going to win the championship. I thought he was going to take home the title and be Finals MVP. Obviously, that did not happen. But in June of 2022, I pulled the trigger on these two Jayson Tatum rookie cards. Now, why these two? I wanted something lower pop. And when I looked at the pop count of the silvers, it was at 787. Now it was some number similar to that. I just thought that for the price that it was selling at, which was roughly about $1,000, it was too high because the pop was too high. So I had heard a lot about the green Prizm because it is a color match. And so you can see here, it is now a pop 170. And so I thought that and it was back then in 2022, it was roughly double the price. So I thought that buying the green Prizm was a much better buy in the sense that it was, what is that? Fourth or something like that. Yeah, fourth or a fifth of the pop, and the price was only roughly double at the time, right? Give or take. And so that's when I pulled the trigger. There was a couple of sales on eBay, and I bought one on eBay auction, and I bought another one on Facebook, and so that's what led me to buy these two cards. And I held them all the way from June of 2022 all the way to about January of 2023. What made me want to sell them? Well, the Celtics, I believe, in my mind, are still the title favorites. They looked like absolute gangbusters the first half of the season, and Jayson Tatum made that leap to being a superstar, just like I expected. However, his prices on both the silver and the green remained flat, which in the grand scheme of the card market prices going down was pretty good. The fact that it is flat. And so I was pretty pleased that it held its own in terms of pricing over those 7-8 months. However, I saw one data point that made me decide to sell. And here's what it was. So you can see here, the pop is 170. The price is 2,800 right now. And then I saw, and the reason why I chose this one is, why the green is because of the color match, right? Like you look at this, the card looks gorgeous, right? Like the green, it looks amazing. Here's the thing. I did this comparison. This is Giannis rookie card, another green Prizm match. Color match on the jersey. Again, card looks amazing. I would take this over a silver any day. Speaking of which, actually, what's the pop in the silver? 39. Yeah, like half the pop. I would take this any day of the week over the silver, even though the silver is 14K. What's the green here? 11K. Okay. Anyways, going back to this. So this is the color match, just like the Tatum. The pop is 39. Pop here is 170 for the Tatum, so it's about 4 times the pop. But the price is also 4 times the price in terms of the Giannis versus the Tatum, right? 2750 versus 11K. All in all, if you use general market cap method here, you just multiply the pop by the last sold price. Market cap for this card is 440K. Market cap for the green Prizm Tatum is a little bit higher, 450, but they were roughly the same. That struck me as odd and troubling. The general idea of all sports cards is as your player does better, your card prices will go up. As you reach certain milestones, MVPs, titles, All-Star game appearances, All NBA appearances, momentum as a top player in the NBA and continual excellence, that your status as an iconic player in the game will become more entrenched. Here's the thing. The market caps here are about the same. 440, 450. Like it's, close enough that it doesn't really matter, right? Like it's 4 times the pop on the green Prizm card. Giannis's prices are 4 times the price of a Giannis card. Here's the problem. Jayson Tatum is a nice player. I would say he's a top 10 player in the NBA. Top 8 maybe. So he is a 4-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. It's great. He's had a great little career. He's still 24 years old. I'm recording this on February the 6th. Giannis is 28 years old, and he's done a whole lot more. He's a 2-time MVP, a champion. How many times has he been? A 6-time All-NBA. He's already been named to the 75th NBA anniversary team. So he's already one of the 75 greatest players of all time, and clearly on a trajectory to be one of the greats of the game. Why is his pop on a green color match Prizm the same as a Jayson Tatum? That doesn't make sense to me. If Jayson Tatum in the next 4 years, because he's 24 now, Giannis is 28, in those 4 years, his best case scenario would be to become a Giannis. But his prices already reflect that of a Giannis. Right here. So you're looking at this, like, what's the upside here? What exactly is the upside? How can Tatum's cards go up to, let's just throw a number out here, just 4 or 5K, and be half of a Giannis card, even though Giannis's pop is 39 and this is 170? That wouldn't make any sense, right? So my issue became that there's no upside. There's not enough upside to this card to justify me holding it. I think it's a gorgeous card, and if you're a Tatum collector, you should absolutely want to have this card. It looks amazing. But I bought this as an investment, and relative to the rest of the market, it did fine, it held its value. But there was enough upside for it. So, and especially based off of the accomplishments and where they're sitting, right? So I was like, I think I need to sell this. I need to sell these 2 cards, and I eventually did. But there was one final nail in the coffin as to my decision. Here is the Giannis green Prizm here, GemRate data. Again, GemRate has amazing data, and I use it a lot to inform my decision making in terms of what I buy, what I sell, including this one. This tells you the number of PSA 10s that has existed since early April 2021. Again, this is 2013 Prizm, so it's 10 years ago now, right? And so you can see in April 2021, 36 gems, PSA 10s, now 39. It's basically no change. And so I think it's very safe to say that the Giannis green Prizms are going to be pretty stable in terms of their pop counts. Not a lot of product back then, and almost all of it's been opened. It's a different story for the Jayson Tatum green Prizm. April 2021, it was a 126 pop count for a PSA 10. It is now at a 170. That's a 35% increase. Obviously, a big chunk of this was in the early days, but it's still steadily going up. And so my other concern is that this pop is going to keep on growing and growing, and we're going to hit maybe 200 sometime in the next couple of years, and that impacts your supply, that impacts your market cap. And it's just even 170 to 200, I think, is too many if you want something that is going to really accelerate and grow in value if Tatum becomes an all-time great. Or, you know, just becomes a great of the game. You know, maybe not at the Giannis level, right? And so those two data points, the GemRate data comparing the growth of the PSA 10s for Tatum versus Giannis, and also just the pop count and the prices compared to Giannis, that's what made me sell. And as a result, these two cards are no longer in possession. I sold them for like a slight loss, like I think like less than $50. So it was net, it was pretty much flat for me. So that's it. That's the analysis and data that I used to make my decision to both buy and then sell. And so I am still on the lookout for rare Jayson Tatum rookie cards or cards in general. And so if and when that happens, I'll let you guys know. So I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on how I use data and how I used the GemRate data as well, and the pop count and the pricing data to make this type of decision. Does this make sense to you? Do you use similar analysis when you buy and sell cards, or is this a new approach that you haven't thought about before? Let me know in the comments. As we always do in my videos, I'm going to preview the next video that I'll be doing, and this one is about the wrong assumption that hobby influencers keep on making in YouTube videos that I see. I've mentioned this before, but I want to make another video about this. So that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will talk to you all next week. Cheers.